guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to the Articles to Read series. If you don't know what the series is about, it's about me as a child having a passion of hobby of cutting down newspaper articles that really interested me and thinking I would read them back then, but I did not read them back then. After 8 years I'm reading this, and I'm glad I could share this knowledge with you as well. Um, and in the end I'll tell the summary if I'm really interested in it, or I'll give my opinions or whether it interests me now or not. So let's go, man. Radiation from mobile towers impacting birds. It's a study. So it's in New Delhi, India. Electromagnetic radiation (EMR) from mobile towers was interfering with biological systems of birds. A study released by Environment Ministry said on October 12 and called for a law for the protection of flora and fauna. The review of existing literature shows that the EMRs are interfering with the biological systems in more ways than one, and there had already been some warning bells sounded in the case on bees and birds, which probably heralds the seriousness of this issue and indicates the vulnerability of other species as well, the study found. The ministry in September 2010 had constituted a 10-member committee under Bombay Natural History Society (BNHS) Director Asad Rahmani to study the impact of mobile phone towers on birds and bees and formulating guidelines for their installations. The expert group reviewed 919 studies done in India and abroad on the ill effects of mobile towers in animals, birds, and insects. Of the 919 studies, the team found that 593 showed the negative impact of mobile towers on birds, bees, human, wildlife, and plants. Quoting from an international study that the radio frequency pollution appears to constitute a potential cause for the decline of animal populations. It said there was urgent need to focus more scientific attention to this area before it would be too late. The committee highlighted that studies from India on the impact of cell phone tower radiation on birds and wildlife are almost non-existent. Nearly 800 million Indians have mobile phones, making it the second largest mobile phone subscriber population in the world after China. At present, there are nearly 15 companies providing mobile telephony. However, necessary regulatory policies and their implementation mechanism have not kept pace with the growth of mobile telephony. It said the expert group suggested introducing a law for the protection of urban flora and fauna from emerging threats of electromagnetic radiation. To prevent overlapping high radiation fields, new towers should not be permitted within a radius of 1 kilometer of existing towers. If new towers must be built, construct them to be above 80 feet and below 199 feet to avoid the requirement of aviation safety lighting, it said. The groups also suggested displaying bold signs and messages on the dangers of cell phone tower and radiation which is emitted from it in and around the structures where the towers are erected. Strictly control installation of mobile towers near wildlife protected areas, important bird areas, turtle breeding areas, bee colonies, and zoos up to a certain distance that should be studied before deciding and should also be practical, it said. The group called for putting the location of cell phone towers and other radiating towers along with their frequencies in public domain. Public consultation should be made mandatory before installation of cell phone towers in any area, it added. So it's saying the mobile towers are impacting birds and bees and other other sort of flora and faunas. So out of 901, species, 593 were sure to have found negative impact, and it has provided some remedies which I did not understand. Um, Maybe I'll understand it better and then I'll tell you. I should have written down and then that's still a little bit interesting for me. That's it. Okay, let's go. Bye.